Okay, Sagittarius. Good news. This underlying energy here for your week of the to the first couple days of July. You have the sun, potential happiness, clarity, things being illuminated. That is beautiful. This also, as you see here, there's some babies in this picture. You guys could be expecting, or you guys could be having, giving birth at this time right now. But the basic understanding and the basic energies for this reading here is happiness, is clarity. Okay, let's go ahead and figure out why. The heart of your reading, you have the 9 of Wands. This speaks of kind of feeling tired, getting beat up and stuff, and just really wanting to just like drop that wand and just go home. But this means that you guys are not giving up. This is a non-giving up energy. These times are tough. This is really difficult. This is a difficult time, but this is not the time to give up. This is the time to keep pushing through. And what's crossing you right now is the Ace of Swords, which is victory. So perhaps this feeling of wanting to give up, it's keeping you from this new beginning of new ideas, a new way of seeing, possibly even some victory. And I think that's why this card is coming up for you guys. This clarity, possibly, in the way you speak, and that's what's causing you guys to feel this way, maybe. I think it's just because you guys are feeling really beat up and really tired right now. So you're not, so it's keeping you from, it's not really giving you that new beginning yet because you haven't finished, yet. It's not over. Whatever's going on is not over right now. Okay? But it's very close. Very, very fucking close. In the crowning energy here, you do have the 5 of Pentacles. Now, it's a very weird card to get in the crowning energy, because since how we're going to be reading it is we're not reading it as what you're dealing with, what you want, and how to get what you want. We're just going to focus on how to get what you want, right? So, this is the advice card for your reading. And it's not to say, oh, you need to be left out in the cold. This is, you should, let go of support, not look for support, feel broke. And that doesn't make sense, right? So what it's saying actually is to let people help you. Don't ignore the signs. If you need help from people, go ahead and get that help right now. You need support, you have support available to you anywhere, everywhere. You know who you can come to for that help. Go ahead and let them help you. Because as you see, not only are these two people that look a little poor, they look very sad, and they're just kind of outside being harassed and threatened by a dog, dangers and stuff. Expressing the dog represents the dangers that lurk outside, even though dogs are lovely. They look like they're kind of beat up, tired, and just really worn out. But they could go inside. They could knock on the door, ask, hey, can we stay the night? At least, I'm sure those people would help. But they ignored that door. They ignored it. So, this is the time to let people help you. Let your friends help you. Let your family help you. If you need that support right now. Okay. In the past, you had the 7 of Cups. This says that there was a decision that had to be made. There was some towards a change in your life, an emotional one that will lead you down an emotional path. This is also the fantasy card. So in the past, you possibly had dealings with something that was too good to be true. Things weren't as clear as they were, or good as they seem, or as perfect as they seem. But for some of you, this was a time to choose what path you were going to take that was going to change your life, or change something in your life, your emotional life, your financial life, and so on. Right now, you have the 8 of Wands, which is a lot of messages coming in, communication. Big time here. Here's the thing, the 8 of Wands also, if you're not getting messages at the moment, this also means that things are kind of going a little fast. Things are moving very, very quickly. There's nothing hindering these arrows from flowing through, so things are kind of moving pretty smoothly. with no kind of break in sight, no cracks in the wind, nothing. They're going straight down, and all that, they're doing their thing. Also, this could mean the arrows of love, and Resentence is sitting right next to the King of Cups. Y'all are falling in love right now. Okay, this is true. This is, I don't want to say true love, but you guys are getting hit with the arrows of love. There's the arrows of passion. You guys are getting hit with some passion right now. And I think that's part for some of you guys that's happening out there. Some of you guys are just, things are moving a little fast. You guys are getting a lot of messages. And some of you guys are maybe able to move very smoothly, but then there's also some of you guys that are getting hit with arrows of love. And you see yourself turning into the King of Cups in the future. Or you are dealing with somebody that's a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Okay? If it resonates, go ahead and watch the Scorpio video, because they had something similar. They had the King and Queen of Cups, so that was a definite match. So just be sure to really look that up. It seems really interesting. Definitely also watch Cancer as well. But definitely has something to do with you guys becoming the King of Cups, being more loving, more nurturing. But this also could mean that you guys are dealing with someone that is a water sign, someone that is very nurturing and very loving, very romantic, very good at expressing and controlling and manipulating their own emotions, let alone other people's. But they're really good at controlling themselves as far as their emotions, or they're very good at letting their emotions flow like water. So this could be someone that you're interacting with. Now, I said before, if the queens come up, I like to see that as you guys, male or female. And the King of Cups is someone that's like on the outside. Someone that's coming in, someone that's definitely of this sign or something like that, But it's not always definite. It could mean you guys. It doesn't really necessarily matter. But that's what I feel sometimes. Ooh. Wow. Hold on. I just scattered my cards. Trying to go ahead and start clarifying for the Nine of Wands. And as you already see, the Knight of Swords comes out. So this is being combative, speaking your truth in an aggressive sort of way. Or perhaps you're dealing with somebody that is, someone that is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It's younger than you. You see as a little bit more immature. But this is somebody that's definitely going in, charging in for what they believe in. This battle ain't over. This whatever you guys are going through, it's not over. And you guys are still fighting. Okay? You have to still keep fighting. Well, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. But there's a new beginning awaiting. I think it's a good idea for you guys to get that true clarity, that victory. And I really want that for you guys. And you guys are troopers. Alright, let's clarify the Ace of Swords. What is this victory, or what is this new perspective, this new beginning, these new ideas? What's going on? Yeah, the Ace of Swords represents new ideas, a new perspective, new thoughts, a new way of communicating. And what we have here, though, for that is the Three of Pentacles. Communicating or victory and planning for the future. So whatever's going on, whatever's not finished right now, whatever you guys are fighting towards the completion of, because 10s represent completions, 9 is like, you're almost there, just keep going. Until then, well, once you get there, once you guys complete the cycle right now, you guys are able to have not only a new perspective on this new beginning, you can also implement that thought and that victory into this new beginning, the planning of this new future with somebody. For some of you guys that are in a relationship already, for you, those of you that are single, you guys can implement whatever you've learned into the excuse me, gee whiz. A lot of cards that came up for y'all. Sorry. using your new perspective and and all this new stuff that you learned from the past experience into this planning for the future. I think that's a good idea. Now, I don't normally do this, but you guys got 4 cards here to clarify the 5 of Pentacles. Now, like I said before, I don't do this, but with the 9 here in the world, this represents all of the 10s in the zodiac. Okay, this is a successful completion. So whatever you guys are doing right now, this cycle that's not seeming to end, is taking forever, and you feel like giving up, don't, because I mean the 5 of Pentacles is saying accept help, because this could lead you to not only your successful completion, but this also has something to do with your relationships. This is your belief system, your traditions, and things like that. Your structure, your rules. This also means, the basic energy for this also means to comply. And because you have the Queen of Cups here, when you have the King of Cups in the future, this definitely tells me of a relationship. Perhaps you guys are looking to get married or something like that. But that's really weird that all these cards come up. I don't understand how this has to do with your advice, because there's so many freaking cards. But one thing is for certain, though, the one that came up that seems more clear to advice is to speak your truth and be honest. Put your opinion into this. You guys are very good at doing that and being able to, look at a situation clearly, see everything for what it is, and then make your decision. So do so. Not just accept help from people. Complete your cycle with speaking your truth. Connecting more with your lover in a conventional way. Fudge, that's a lot of freaking cards for that. But I don't feel right putting it back. So that's your advice, big time, 4 freaking cards. Okay. All right, Sagittarius. What is this 7 of Cups here in the past? What is this? Okay, the High Priestess. So this is having something to do with instincts. So perhaps you guys made a decision, or perhaps things were a little bit fuzzy in your past here in regards to the High Priestess. Someone that, or like using your instincts, using your intuition, and based off of the decision that you've made. Because the Eight of Cups is about options. It's about choosing which path you're going to take that'll change your life, or change the direction or the course of your life. Set 5s and 7s are change, guys. So that's what's up, So with that, you use your intuition, I believe. That's what it's saying. It's using your intuition. Now in the present, okay, you have the 7 of Wands. So the 8 of Wands is indicating that there is a message, messages being presented to you, things moving very fast, and with no stop in sight. But the issue is here that it's very defensive communication here. That's what it's telling me. The 7 of Wands is about defensiveness and standing your ground. So you have the higher ground right now. The fight isn't over, though. This change hasn't completely, molded over it. So right now you're kind of keeping yourself at a level of having the higher ground, standing your ground, and kind of being defensive. So, that's interesting. Okay. Maybe but it's with the 7 of Wands, though, it does speak of almost whatever your path is going through. It's almost over. Okay. It's almost over. It seems very difficult, man. Gee whiz. It's almost over, but you still have to kind of watch your back. It's like these sticks could try to swipe you and kick you off the edge of that hill there. So It's saying that, yeah, although the battle is close to being over, it doesn't mean you let your guard down. So, could be just wanting to get through this communication with peace or while standing around being defensive. Now, to clarify, the King of Cups is this Ten of Swords. That's not a very good card because, as you see here, he is stabbed all the way up. Okay, this is the betrayal card. The absolute devastating card that you can get. I think it's one of the worst cards that you can get in a reading. This could mean that not only do you feel more in love, or maybe more connected to your intuitivity, the worst is over. So with this defensive energy coming in, finding in, the Nine of Wands, all these, all this combative energy here, what's going on with all of that, the Ten of Swords. Future, the ending is over. The worst is over. That's the good thing about the Ten of Swords. And because you got all four of these gosh darn cards, the one of those, remember what I said about the world, they represent all the tens. The worst is over. They, even though, especially the Ten of Wands, even though you're overburdened with responsibilities and commitments, it does mean that you're wrapping everything up. You're going to get everything smoothed out. Okay? You may be overburdened and stuff, but the burden is towards a better and stable ending of that cycle. Okay? The speaking your truth and then having something to do with the Queen of Cups. Maybe letting the Queen of Cups help you. And maybe sticking to some traditions. Oh, gee whiz, this is weird. That is weird, y'all. That is weird. Your outcome, though, the result of everything happening is the Nine of Swords. Maybe this isn't such a good reading after all. But the thing is, the good thing that we can take out of this whole reading is that you guys will have clarity. You guys will probably feel sad and depressed, lack of sleep, as a result of everything that's happening. Because everything seems to be really stressful and stuff. But the good thing, it's all for your higher good. It's always for the better. Always for the better. Okay? And it's a result to the Empress. That's somebody that's a manifester. The one that creates all things. That creates anything that she wants and she desires. She is the symbol of motherhood. So you guys definitely could be expecting now, since, annoying energy again is the Sun. But, maybe this is a process of pregnancy for some of you guys, if you guys are pregnant. But, again, everything happens for your for your highest good. Nothing's ever done to you out of spite. There's always karmic lessons to everything, guys. Also, the Nine of Swords could also mean unnecessary worry. Okay? It also could be an unnecessary worry. So you guys could be worried about nothing. That's what that could mean. Whoa. Okay, so maybe you all are kind of getting married. Because you see this here? Wedding. This situation involves marriage. So maybe you guys are planning, you guys are actually planning for the future right now. You guys are actually going through the steps to, get married. And the issue is you need help in regards to this marriage with the Queen of Wands. You need to speak your truth and be honest about what you want, because this is your wedding, okay, not no one else's. And it ends a cycle of your bachelor or bachelorettehood and puts you in the new beginning of married life. Congratulations, guys. And the worst is over. In the future, you guys will be coupled up and married and all that goodness. That means no more stress. You guys can enjoy your honeymoon. So yes. Good for you guys. Very interesting. Let's pull a wisdom oracle card for you guys for this week. All right. Wow. Yin, number 2. Now, it's very rare that I see this card. I've only received this card once, and it was last week, and that's the first time I've ever really seen it. So, for you guys, if I remember this correctly, the Yin card represents the action of receiving, while Yang is the masculine energy of, doing and, putting in the effort and, doing stuff. Pretty much the Mars card, the Emperor card. You guys, you realize you have a lot of feminine energy in this. Okay? Queen of Cups, the Empress, the High Priestess, all feminine energy. And the Yin card is about femininity. It's a very feminine card. So when you get the Yin, it means to receive more so than to do. Okay? Let me go ahead and read the essential meanings, oracle message, and the relationship message in regards to that card. So that way you guys have a better understanding of what is up. Okay? Let me go ahead and do that for y'all. Alright, this is your wisdom card. Alright, the central meanings. The feminine principle of receptivity. Letting someone else make the first move. Gathering information and taking in cues. The art of conscious allowing. Oracle's message. This is a time to calculate receptivity as you gracefully await what is coming to you, ready to accept it when it appears. Yin does not involve frozen dreams or even resting, but rather consciously allowing things to flow to you, poised to receive the bounty that will be made available to you. It implies sensitivity as you alertly study the actions of others and contemplate how they will affect you and yours. Remember, you must make space for miracles to appear. Be the shaped, not the shaper. And you will see how quickly your dreams manifest. Relationship message. Let others take the lead now. Your power lies in small gestures, small awareness, and conscious surrender. By yielding the reins, you will find yourself effortlessly moving closer to what you truly desire. Permit others to tell you who they are, who they can be to you, by allowing their actions to speak about them. You will be pleasantly surprised. Very interesting. Now, listen here, guys, okay? For those of you that are single, this could mean that there is some things that you have to get through, that's using this new perspective to get to the next level, to plan for your own future. This means letting people help you, letting people put in their 2 cents and give you their opinions and stuff. This is the Page of Swords speaking about truth and blunt truth. It doesn't mean that you have to be, giving off that truth. It's you possibly even receiving it, since you do have Yin, as your wisdom oracle. So receiving feedback, receiving help, letting someone love you, receiving that person that is receptive more to love. Okay? And maybe even going through some conventional means to get what you need done. You know what I'm saying? So that way that you can have that successful completion. All these cards in the crowning energy, I swear. Okay? Whatever past decision that you made intuitively, you have to back that up now. Okay? The messages and stuff that's coming at you, it's always for your good. So that way you know what you need to do. Okay? You know what you need to prepare for. You may be feeling defensive at this moment, but the worst the ending is near. Okay? The ending of it is near, and you can truly feel more in tune to yourself. Okay, it could be resulting in some sadness, you know, some things, you know, or maybe even some unnecessary worry, but that's all right. You received what you could, you learned what you could, and now you're ready to begin that new beginning. So that's what everything's telling you. In that wedding, the romance angel cards, again, for those of you that are single, that doesn't necessarily mean that you guys are going to get married. It does mean that you have moved into a relationship in your life, or moved to a point in your life where things are, you know, it's the beginning of something based off of everything that you've learned. It's a marriage of your ideas and your perspective to move forward. Okay? Because all that is, when you prevail, when you push through things, when you get to the world, you get to that ending, so you get to the new beginning. It's a marriage of everything that you've learned. It's a marriage of all those experiences being clumped together so that way you can move forward to the future. So that's what that means. Okay? For those of you that are single, or so that are in a relationship and actually getting married, congratulations. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. The sun is near, the sun is there, there's clarity. This wedding planning is, if you guys are doing the wedding planning, it's stressful, and I understand, but the worst is over. You probably be more relieved than anything towards the end. But the excitement doesn't end there, guys. It just keeps getting better and better.